What's up, my friends? I'm just making sure we're live here. It was April 12th, or March 19th, my daughter's birthday. I did a live video and I did 35 minutes and then I realized it wasn't live. So give me 1 second while I check and make sure that we're actually live, because I was live and I went for like 35 minutes and shared some what I thought were beautiful thoughts, and then it wasn't live. So I just have to make sure that we are actually live here. It says I'm live. Okay, I believe we're live. So I have some thoughts I want to share with you guys. I'm sitting in a beautiful Airbnb down near St. George, Utah. I got here with my wife and my kids at like 1:30 a.m. They've been swimming here in the backyard. Some of them are at the main community pool. My wife's up on the rooftop where the fireplace is, enjoying the sun. I'm here in the shade. And I just wanted to go through and share some thoughts with you guys. But first, I brought this box with me from Make Wellness. And if you guys hop on live, just comment and say hi. I don't know if I can see the comments yet. I hope I can be able to see them. But I want to share this experience with you guys. This is what's called it's the starter kit for Make Wellness for our peptide company. And it's for new affiliates, but you can order it whenever you want to start and launch your business. It's called a launch box. But I wanted to open it with you guys here. It says you're unlocking a future filled with possibilities. Make it bold, make it fearless, make it yours. Super clean and beautiful packaging. There's this beautiful welcome card here. And then this has like customer service, hours, and then a little bit about each of the peptides that we have. So that's super beautiful. And then also, there's a little wind, so I don't want everything to blow away here. There's a beautiful branded glass water bottle right here. And then we have our peptides. Just so you know, if you're seeing people that are using these, the gray boxes are the peptides and the white ones are support products. So the white ones are not actually peptides, just the gray boxes are. Just so you know, like the lean and the focused peptides, they come in capsule form, and then the other ones are in a drink form. So one thing I love about the launch box is the hydrated comes in our limited time. The pink ones, which is absolutely delicious. My kids just each had one as they headed off to the pool. I was like, I wish I brought my other one for you, but I'll share with them. But I just wanted to share that with you, just opening it up. I actually opened it up this morning because we were out of Energized and I needed it. So I had to open it this morning to get that energized in me first thing this morning. So before we got started. Anyhow, I want to share some thoughts with you. Like I said, I did this video a few days ago and it didn't go live. I went to end the video and it was like, there was no red button to end the live, and that's when I knew. I was like, dang it. I just spent 35 minutes talking to myself in here. So maybe it was a preparation. I believe all things happen for a reason. So I want to be straight to the point on just sharing some of my thoughts. The original video I did was on right after my daughter's birthday, March 19th. So it was on March 20th that I did that live video, Thursday, right before my wife and I went on a date. And that day is super important to me because it was April 11th of 2011, exactly 23 days after the birth of Ellie, and she just completed her 14th birthday. But that day was super important because I remember waking up. I was working 12-hour shifts at that time, from 12 in the morning till 12 at night. My wife would go to work at 3 p.m., get home at 11, or get off at 11, so home like 11:30. So we lived these two separate lives for the first 5 years of our marriage, where I worked 12-hour days, she worked nights. I'd see her for a few minutes, go to bed, wake up at 4, get to work, and then that's all I saw her. From time to time, the girls and I would hop in the car, run over to the Hilton Garden Inn where she worked, get the free cookie, and run away. And those are the memories that my daughters have of what life was like when they were younger. But it was that morning, 23 days after the birth of Ellie, that I got to work super early. I had this habit of picking up the mail from the mailbox, doing it like once a week. I'd do my bills, and I had the hospital bill, the doctor bill, there's the anesthesiologist bill, and my Blue Cross statement saying what we owed. And remember, I'm working 12-hour days, almost every single Saturday on top of that, and my wife's working nights. And I remember just feeling this overwhelming feeling. I felt like my cubicle was spinning around me. That feeling of like, man, like how am I gonna do this? Like I'm already to my limit of what I can do for work, and with my wife working nights. And I remember that morning, my fear of not knowing how to provide for my family became greater than my fear at taking on that business adventure I had been thinking about and sitting on the sidelines about for the past 9 months. You see, I'd heard about the opportunity to join with a company and share the products that I already loved, but I was just afraid to do it. Like, I don't have enough time. I'm naturally introverted. I'm not as attractive as so-and-so who's seen success in that business, so it's obvious to me why they would be successful. And all these things held me back. But that morning, that fear of not knowing how to provide for my family became greater than all of those fears and doubts that I had. And that's the day that I started my business. And my friends, I worked my butt off. I worked 12-hour days. And every single night I would work on my business while my wife was at work. I had to make sacrifices. I quit playing as much video games. I quit, scrolling social media, doing all of the things that weren't moving my life forward. I sacrificed those and started doing things that I was told in this business that would bring me success. And with a lot of hard work, effort, diligence, and skills, because I'm someone who has an atypical personality and atypical work ethic, I created atypical results. And within 14 months, I was earning 6 figures, and my wife and I both walked away from our jobs. And that's what we've been doing this work now since 2012, of helping people get results with incredible products and teaching other people how to build an income. And it's been the most amazing, incredible, life blessing, changing thing that I could ever experience in my life. And if I were to sit here, I could go for an hour and just say ways that has changed our life. But I'm not going to waste your time with that. But just a few of them. I was able to retire my mom from her job probably 13 years ago, my dad from his full-time job 10 years ago, pay off our primary residence with working super hard. I paid that residence like less than 2 years after I left my job, and then we went on to buy vacation rentals and real estate and be able to pay those off, and then they created an income for our lives. And to the point of today, like yesterday, we took a nap after church, and I woke up, I was like, we should go to St. George. Our vacation rental is booked out there, so I got on Airbnb. I found one that wasn't booked. I called them. I negotiated a less, like half price because it's unbooked, so they'd rather make some money than no money. And from 4 to 6, we packed our bags and we took off, and we're here. And we'll be here for the entire week. And so my life has completely changed, a complete 360 from what it was before. I guess it would be a 180 going the opposite direction of what it was before. But I feel so blessed. And as many of you here on Facebook, because I've been here on Facebook and Instagram for the past 15 and a half years, maybe sharing my journey and my life and tips and everything that I learned, I try to teach and be a role model to other people. When our business was taken away from us unexpectedly back in September, it shook my world. And we've been such good stewards of what we did over the past 14 years that we made some quick decisions over 2 days of like, we're going to sell the dream house we're building. We're going to sell the vacation rental that we're building in Park City. We're going to take that money, we have vacation rentals, so I can keep the kids in dance and football and basketball and all their sports. We can do that, but I'm going to sell these 2 houses. We're going to live in the home that we have because it's paid for. And I was like, we're just going to live. We're just going to chill out and just live and enjoy our lives. And I don't really need to earn money because our home's paid off and we have these vacation rentals. But I'll sell the home that we're building, these 2 homes. Well, my friends, I made a decision to launch this company with Make Wellness 3 days after. It was October 3rd. And I didn't know what to expect. And to be honest, I got on the phone with the founder, Justin. I was like, tell me about this. This is what they're saying. What's this? And I got a lot of questions answered. And luckily, I'm fortunate enough to have had the opportunity to meet the founder of the company prior. He was on my podcast back in, I believe, May of 2024, prior to this happening. And so I started watching all the science videos. I read the research papers behind the human clinical trials. And I was like, you know what? This looks like this is a good thing. I'm willing to try it. And my wife and I, we went on and we went on our Thursday. Thursday's the day I enrolled, October 3rd. We went on our date and we talked about all the pros and cons, and there was literally no cons. Everything was a pro. And so when I launched the business, I want you to know about how I thought about this. Because there's people that are early adopters, are willing to take a risk and jump in and do things. There's people that wait until they see some sort of success or momentum, then they'll come on board. And then there's the people that will never come on board, right? But I'm that person that's willing to take a risk if I do my research and it's something I could believe in. So as I started this journey, as I recruited to this and talked about it, I was really just like, hey, I'm not saying this is the next best thing. This is going to change your life completely. I don't know that, but I read the research. I've seen the trials, and it's something that I believe will help me. If you believe it'll help you, take a look at this stuff and let me know if you're on board. And that's how we started. And that's how we are on this journey. But the thing that I don't talk about enough, and the title of this video is I called another network marketing company, and I talked with the CEO of another one as well. And there were options to do what's called a soft landing, where they'll pay you leaders to come over to the company, and then you got to hit certain benchmarks. You sign an NDA, and then you have to hit those benchmarks, and they pay you up front to give you a soft landing into a new position. My friends, that did not feel good to me, and I wanted to do something where if I'm going to tell other people they can create success with this company, they have to be able to come in like I did with zero income. And build a business from scratch so that I can feel confident in teaching other people to do that, to do it the way that I did it. My friends, I came in and not only did I not get offered any money to join Make Wellness, I had to buy my own $500 founder's box and buy my 6 peptides and get my pretty founder's box and start my journey and make that $500 investment without having any secure future of what this was going to do for me or my future. But that's what felt best to me. But here's the thing that I want to share with you guys. I have friends that went to other companies. Some went to that company, some went to other companies. Some of them are no longer doing direct sales, and they're creating their own programs, their own masterminds. I've seen people that I've mentored that are teaching ADHD, like moms with ADHD, how to navigate that world. I have people that have done Airbnbs like us, and they're teaching courses on doing that. The one thing that I want you to know is I love every single one of them for the choice that they made that is best for them. And I want to be 100% non-judgmental in the fact of some people chose this path, some people chose that path. Some people came to Make Wellness to do it with me, and some people did not. I have incredible leaders on our team that came to Make Wellness as well, but it was kind of like a regrouping, a restructuring where they are enrolled with other people and not even with me. And I love them for where they're at. And so one of my biggest pieces of advice is in life in general is that you are not judgmental of other people and their choices, because each and every one of us live different and separate lives. Like I was able to make the choice that I made because I wasn't put in a huge financial stress or situation because of the way that we managed our income and had vacation rentals and had other things that I could do that, where I didn't need someone to give me income up front. I could build something from scratch and do what felt best to me. And some other people chose other routes, and that's okay. I want you to know that's okay. And I love every single person for whatever choice they make that is best to them, because one of the biggest pieces of advice that I've learned that I teach is you don't go do what other people say to do. You need to silence yourself from that and listen to your own whisperings. Listen to what God's telling you to do, what you feel is best for your own life, and you're gonna be good like that. I want you guys to know, I wasn't gonna share this part, but I got torn to shreds. I am still getting torn to shreds on YouTube for my choice to join a network marketing company, a multi-level marketing company with peptides that weren't even like a real product, is what they were saying. There's 3-hour long videos, there's 45-minute long videos on YouTube talking about me trying to tear down who I am as a person. And I just look at that. By the way, I've never listened to one of them. I've been sent them by my dad. I'll get a message sometimes once a week like, hey, I don't know if you've seen this. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen it, whatever. And so that's happening. So not only did I not go somewhere and get paid to do it, I'm getting torn to shreds. Well, they think they're tearing me to shreds by people that I don't even know, who screen record my trainings, who pictures of my home that we're building, and all of these scammy strategies or whatever they're teaching. I haven't watched it, by the way, of what I'm doing. and how bad it is of what I'm doing. And my friends, what I want to you guys to understand, each and every one, whatever you're doing, you could be writing your book, you could be starting your course, you could be doing a window cleaning business. There's going to be haters out there, and so I don't care about that. And one thing that I was taught very early in my business building career was other people's opinions of you do not define your reality. So I chose my path, and I absolutely love my path, and I love every single person, no matter what decision you make. I have some of my guys, some of my best friends are not continuing to build another business with me that I built with Beachbody. They're like, one of them is building his grocery store business and brand and expanding a new store, and I'm so freaking proud of him. And by the way, I'm still like, come out and hang out at the cabin with me. Like that's what I believe in. And it's just cheering on people no matter what choice they make, as long as it's something to improve their life and live what they feel called in their heart to be their mission. So I want to share a couple other things with you. Like I made my risk and my choice to come do this. I am absolutely blown away by the science of what we have here. There was over $100 million put into the research and development with AI technology to identify peptides in nature, be able to identify peptides that will perform a specific function, extract them from nature, put a complex around them, a matrix complex around them to get them through the digestive system to perform a specific function in the body, and just improve overall wellness. Peptides are absolutely incredible. They are the future of health and wellness. And many of you guys might know peptides, like injectable peptides. Like if you're into bodybuilding or muscle building, you'll hear BPC 157. That's an injectable synthetic peptide. Synthetic means lab made. The peptides that most of you probably hear about and you see on the news and ads all the time are injectable peptides for weight loss, like Ozempic, Mounjaro, and so forth. I want to just briefly talk strongly about those. When they talk about these peptides, if you have a doctor that's recommending them, obviously follow your doctor's recommendations. But I want to share some things with you that you might want to think about and consider. So they have negative side effects. Some of them are, they list them, they're required to list them by law of like it can mess with your digestive system, your gut, there's other things. But one of the things that's not talked about the most is that when people are losing weight, let's say Ozempic or Mounjaro, 39% of the weight loss comes from muscle mass. So let's give an example. Let's say you lose 50 pounds, or someone you know loses 50 pounds with Mounjaro. They lose 50 pounds. 38% of that, let's say 39% of that, let's say 40% is muscle mass. So that percentage of weight loss coming from muscle mass, if let's say it's 50 pounds, they're losing 20 pounds of muscle, let's say, and 30 pounds of fat. Well, people on average stay on that medication, that injection, for 1 to 2 years. When they come off of it, they rebound and gain about 2/3 of that weight back. You might be thinking, okay, 2/3, that's better than where they started. But here's the thing. The weight that they gain back is purely fat mass. You don't get muscle naturally. You have to work out, you have to eat protein to gain muscle. And so they actually, if you do the math, if they would, let's say they lost 30 pounds of fat before, 20 pounds of muscle. When they gain it back, 33% would be now about 33 pounds of fat they gain back, which is more, they end up with more fat mass on their body than before and less muscle. Now here's the thing, your muscle is key to your longevity. It's so important. So one of our key peptides that we have, it's my favorite one. We have 4 peptides and 2 support products. We have about 20 to 40 new peptides coming out in the future. We have a sleep peptide coming out this year, but my favorite is the Fit peptide. And in the human clinical trials that were done over the course of 20 weeks, which is just over 3 months, what happened with the Fit peptide is there was a 4 times more muscle protein synthesis than a whey protein shake. Guys, that's crazy. If you're drinking whey protein shakes post-workout to reduce soreness and muscle recovery faster, it's 4 times more effective than a whey protein shake, this Fit peptide. It also is reducing muscle or exercise-induced inflammation, but we're also seeing that it's reducing inflammation overall. Like my dad, was saying whenever he sits down, he's sitting on the couch or whatever, or at the dinner table, and he sits up, his knee is stiff and it has pain. He's been on these peptides with me just as long, and that stiffness and that inflammation is gone. I've been working on recovering my shoulder from a rotator cuff tear in 3 places. I've done physical therapy, PRP injections, I've done dry needling. And I'd spent a lot of money on rehab, and I got to where I was at, and I was like, well, this is just it. I'm just going to be careful. I can throw a football again, but there's still pinching and pain. Guys, it is almost completely gone. And I can almost guarantee it's because the inflammation from continuing to work out is gone. And so that's my favorite, like Fit Peptide is my favorite thing. Here's something I want to you to think outside the box. Maybe you know somebody or yourself is using Mounjaro or Ozempic with the guidance of your doctor, and you want to continue using that. I'm not going to tell you quit doing that, come use our lean peptide, and I'll get to lean peptide in just a minute. I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm going to tell you I would highly suggest, if you're doing that, you need to make sure that you are exercising, lifting weights at least 5 times a week. You're eating an adequate amount of protein, and by all means, you should add the Fit Peptide, because the Fit Peptide is going to help you keep that lean muscle so you're not losing it while you're on that injection. Guys, this is mind-blowing what we're having. I'm going to talk briefly about lean. Lean in the human clinical trials, 100% of the weight loss came from fat mass. That is mind-blowing. Remember, with injectable synthetic peptides, 39% of the weight loss was from muscle mass. 100% was from lean, was from fat loss. Here's the other thing: when they came off on the human clinical trials, when they came off of the lean, the people in the trials continued to lose weight up to the trial was up to, I think it was just over 30 days. They continued to lose weight after coming off lean because they created the habits that lead to sustainable weight loss. So lean is proven to go in and burn visceral fat around the abdomen and trunk area, which are your hips, your waist, your abdomen. The other thing is it helps with your leptin and ghrelin, which is the communication between your gut and your brain hormone, and it goes in and it helps suppress your appetite by 500 to 600 calories a day. So you're suppressing your appetite. The biggest thing I'm seeing with my clients is they're saying they have no food noise. Now, I didn't really know what that meant until I realized that I'm not craving ice cream, a full bag of chips, and sweets every single night. Like, those cravings are completely gone. So obviously doing that, like reducing those cravings, are going to make my results go faster if I'm lifting weights, using the Fit Peptide, and using the lean, because I don't have any of those cravings that I was having before. So I've seen incredible results. It's crazy. Like, I go to a gym called Bodify in Auto Falls, and we're working on getting these peptides into that gym, and we're in those conversations. They're like, it's like a no-brainer. Like, we see you. We've been coming to this gym for 3 years, and we see, like, it's undeniable the changes in your physique that have happened in 3 months. So those are incredible. Some of the other peptides, just so you know, we have a focused one. We can't make medical claims, obviously, but I have a friend that's a surgeon. We went to high school together, and he was like, I understand Ozempic, and I have physicians that I work with, and so I want to try these products before I go recommend them to other physicians in the office and start selling them as an affiliate. So I need to try them first. He's like, within 2 days, he messaged me. He's like, dude, the Focus Peptide is working better than any ADHD medication I've used in my entire life. And within that first month, he was completely off of his Adderall with our Focus Peptide. So these peptides are the legit deal. They're working better than I thought they would have. This is not just something that they threw together and like, let's go sell something. There was $100 million into the research and development with the AI technology to identify them. And I can't even count them now. I probably have 150 screenshot testimonials of people texting me of what the Calm is doing, having the best sleep of their life on their Oura rings, people inflammation gone, people losing weight. And like, I have a friend that's lost 40 pounds that was doing workouts and nutrition with us before. So I'm blown away, and it's nothing short of God's fingerprints on our life and on this business. I want to tell you guys, that I would have never quit Beachbody. I would have never quit. And like, I had people tearing me apart on YouTube. There's haters out there all over of like 5-6 years ago saying the Beachbody ship is sinking. A real leader would leave the ship. Now they weren't making videos about me, but they were on my video in my comment section telling me that a real leader would abandon ship and take their people with them. And I would kind of fight back then at the time. A few times I'd be like, no, a real leader is the last one off the ship. And so I would have never left. I'm someone who's faithful. When I decide something, I commit to it and I'm faithful to it. Like just so you can kind of get into my heart and my mind, I legitimately, like I knew numbers were not good. Our income had dropped $500,000 over the course of 7 years from where we'd built it to, volume of sales and production. And so I knew things weren't great, but I fully believed in my heart that if I grew myself enough, if I did enough personal development, if I dreamed big enough that I could build, if I helped enough people get results with our programs and our meal plans, I believed that I could turn that ship around. Like I legitimately felt like they're gonna look back and say, Scotty's the one. Scotty and his team are the ones that turned that ship around and made it happen. Unfortunately, poor decisions were made inside of the company, lost control, poor decisions by the leadership, CEO of the company. Just poor decisions were made that led to the downfall and that led to us getting kicked from what we had. And it's nothing short of God's blessing on our life that happened to me. And I'm going to share with you why. And only Gabby knew this. I wasn't good at communicating this to our leaders that we worked with, to our friends. Only Gabby knew this struggle, and now you guys as the whole world knew this struggle. But I wondered what was wrong with me. Like I was doing everything I possibly could, spinning my wheels, working harder than I ever had, and wondering why I wasn't seeing progress, why our team wasn't making progress like it did before. And I internalized that. And I don't know if you guys have ever internalized something before, maybe in a relationship, in a job, but I was like, something must be wrong with me. Maybe I lost my charisma that I had as a 29 to 35-year-old. Maybe I'm just getting old and I don't have that charisma to attract the right person that will want to come build a business. And I internalized that. So I needed God to shut that door and show me a new place for me to thrive and for the people that I work with to thrive. And so, like I have conversations with some people that I'm working with that it's nothing short of, like I feel God's fingerprints on every single thing that's been happening over the past 5 months. From, man, that I met Justin, had him on my podcast prior to this happening, to working together again with my sponsor, Lindsay, that I was with at Body, the relationship that we've built and that we are, like I told you, I'm a man, I'm faithful. So I considered pairing with other leaders, but I wanted to pair with someone that changed my life so much and continue this work with her. And to either further, to expand on that, her sponsor in this business is her best friend that was a top earner in another company. She's literally the godfather of their child, and now they're together building a business with our peptide company, and they're the most organized, structured team. Like I have 15 years experience in this, but I'm here learning from them in another company. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And so the systems and organization are there. That's not my strong suit. And so to have the systems and organization and the top tier leadership, nothing short of God's fingerprint that put my sponsor and her best friend that were the two top earners in two different companies together and to form this team is incredible. Another thing that's super incredible is, when Justin found this science, like he went to Truman Hunt, and I got the opportunity to sit with Truman Hunt at the top 12 dinner at our event 2 weeks ago. Shout out to our team for hitting top 12 in the first 5 months at our first company and convention. I'm so freaking proud of you guys, of the work that you guys are doing and that you guys are here with us. But I got to sit next to Truman Hunt. Truman Hunt is a retired billionaire. He took the company New Skin, which was a direct sales company, from a few hundred million to 3.5 billion in revenue. And when he saw this science that Justin brought him and about these peptides, he said, I want in. And so we have these two incredible dudes that are leading this company. And I just feel like that's God's fingerprint as well. When I got on a Zoom with Justin and Lindsay to make the decision to come build this company, I remember Justin saying, some of you guys are not LDS like I am, and that's totally okay. But he's like, my guy Truman, he's like, you're going to love him when you meet him. And he said just what I said about him, but he can't be on this Zoom. That was a Thursday that I enrolled. We were on this Zoom. And he's like, because he marries people in a temple for our church on Thursdays. And so he's doing that today. And in my heart, I felt like, man, if he has the opportunity to come recruit one of the top earners and the top leaders at Beachbody to this new company, but he didn't come because he's fulfilling his calling with his life, his personal life. That's somebody that I want as a leader, because my mission is to remind people that your family is your most important work on earth, help you feel better, and help you earn more income for your family. So all of the buttons, all of the boxes were checking on that, and I felt God's fingerprint 100%. When we went to our first convention in Orlando, it was like a spiritual event for me. I'll never downplay. I'm so grateful for everything that Beachbody gave me, everything that I learned from it, every relationship, every customer. I'm so grateful for any of you that were a part of that. I feel so blessed for that, because we live that life because you guys were a part of that, and I'm so grateful for that. And I loved the events. I got to go to summits. I got to speak on stages. I got to watch my team get celebrated, and they were all great. This was 10 times better. I remember my upline, Jordan and Kristen are my upline sponsors. He got on stage and he's just like, he put his hands down and it was quiet. It's 1,500 people. It's our launch event. And he's like, I want you guys to know first and foremost that I love Jesus. And like, I have the chills thinking about it. And the people that we are surrounded with are the people that I want to do life with. And it's funny, I was joking with my parents and my wife. I was like, man, I heard more Bible quotes than John C. Maxwell, Tony Robbins quotes at that event. It was just so different. It was just so pure. And there was no this team or that team. It was one team of collaboration. It was absolutely so beautiful. Guys, it was so beautiful. We had 12 people there. And if they watch this video and they see it, they're going to tell you how incredibly beautiful it was. But I have a vision to bring 250 people with us to next year's event. Guys, my parents are already registered. My mom and dad are registered. My dad is building this business, and he's almost to Premier Affiliate. If you don't know Premier Affiliate, it's what Beachbody would call like a diamond. Except we don't have any of the weird lingo like emerald, ruby, diamond, left leg, right leg, team volume. We don't have any of that stuff. You advance in this business by just making sales of products. And if you sell a $100 product, you get a commission on a $100 product. But my dad's almost at what that would be equivalent to what a diamond was, working on building his business. They're already registered to come to that event, and I'm bringing all 5 of my kids to sit in that room. My kids need to sit in that room and see what we do and be a part of that. So super excited about that. The thing that I'm most blessed about, that I feel most blessed about, I have a friend named Sarah. She's building her business. It's just so different here. The products sell themselves, so that's cool. But how do I explain this? So if you were a part of Beachbody before, maybe you weren't, but to advance in a rank, you had to recruit 4 people on each leg, and then you had to get one of them on each leg to recruit 2 people on a certain amount of product. Over here, there's 0 enrollment fee, 0 monthly cost to run your business, and you can earn 10 to 40% commissions. You don't even have to have your own auto subscription to earn. There's nothing required like that. You just have an affiliate link and you can sell product. You can enroll affiliates or sell products to customers. And to advance in rank, just to give you guys a simple, it's just mind blowing to me how simple this is. If you enroll an affiliate and they order some product, or you enroll a customer and they enroll some product, you earn the same commission either way on the volume of that sell, on the amount of that sell. So if let's say there's $500 worth of orders between your affiliates and your customers, you had 500 in sales and you get a commission on that. For example, when you get 2,000 in sales, whether it's your affiliates ordering or your customers, you get a guaranteed $500 commission. If you do that in the first full calendar month, you get a $500 commission and a $500 gift card. So absolutely incredible. My parents are coming. I'm going to give you an example of Sarah. Sarah is an incredible teacher. worked her butt off for 7 years building her business. In her first 3 months, she is earning more in a year in her first 3 months, so 3 months worth, than she did in 7 years building her Beachbody business. That's mind-blowing to me. So guys, I want to repeat that. 7 years consistently building, the compound effect building up. You take the year, what she earned in a year, she's earned that in 3 months, her first 3 months. Absolutely incredible. I had two ladies that came to the event with us, Jessica Ford and Michelle Bucher. They were with Beachbody for multiple years. I didn't directly mentor them. They weren't directly my people. And Jessica was in my downline before, Michelle was not. And I've been working with them, and they wanted to earn the Premier experience, and they hit that rank. And while I was talking with them, they're like, we were sitting in a powwow. We had every night something about our team. We get done with the event, we pull together chairs in the lobby and couches, and we sit together and we talk about goals and dreams and mastermind. And like, I was never a diamond. These ladies were in there for over 7 years as well and never achieved the rank of diamond. They achieved what's equivalent to that here in the first 3 months and earned more than they did ever there. And so it is I don't ever want to say something's easy, because anything worth having takes difficulty, takes challenge, takes learning, takes a learning curve, but it's more simple. It's, here's the science, here's the video, watch the video. If they like it, here's your link to enroll. And it's that as simple as that. You're not explaining left leg, right leg, you got to recruit this, you got to recruit that. It's just so simple. And so my people are winning, and that brings me so much joy. I remember sitting there looking at the 12 of us at the event and just feeling like so blessed that God brought these people into our lives, and that I wasn't there alone for my first event. Now I want to share the vision of what we're building and the team that I want. We decided to continue building our home because I believe in this company. I've seen the proof of over 100 testimonials of our own customers and affiliates. I've seen the proof. Let's see, I'll do the math real quick for you. My first year with Body, obviously I had no experience. And so I was building from scratch. I had no network, and I earned $10,800 with that business, okay? And I worked my butt off. I worked every single day on that business to build that business. At 14 months though, I had built it to a 6-figure business. We have earned 6 times that amount that I earned in my full first year. We've earned 6 times that in our first 4.5 months building here. And so my vision is that I want to build $1 million a year business in 3 years. It's inevitable. It will happen. I have a goal in 5 years to have 10 people who have earned $1 million with this business. And I want to remind you guys that just by enrolling is not going to create your success. It's going to take work, effort, diligence, masterminding, learning from those that are creating success. But I know that we built $5 million earners with Beachbody, and that was hard to explain in a more difficult model. So my goal is to build $10 million earners in 10 years with this company, and hundreds of 6-figure earners with this business. I have a goal in 5 years to have a team that is doing $5 million of sales every single month. And I won't say what my goal of income is at that point, but I have a vision of that. My strong reason and why am I doing this? Yes, I want to pay off the dream home that we're building. I want to see my daughters get married in the backyard and beautiful receptions. And I want to have other people come experience that place, and it's like a dream come true to them, something they could have never experienced had I not gone after my goals and dreams. But my intrinsic reason, those are extrinsic reasons. Money amount, how many people I help hit X amount of earnings, and what they build with their team. Those are extrinsic rewards. Extrinsic rewards won't help you build something for the long term. Intrinsic ones will. Here's my intrinsic rewards. My wife expressed the fears like, what if you passed away? What if something happened to you? I couldn't afford that home. I've said, well, first of all, I said, you could sell that home and come back and live in this home that we've lived in for 19 years. But I was like, here's what I'm going to do, Gabby. I'm going to build a team and a business so strong that if something happened to me, this business would probably 10x without me, because the team loves you and loves us because of the way that we poured into them. They're going to pour back, and their business will grow because of it, and you'll never have to worry about money again. I'm going to build a business so strong that it does that. It builds a financial fortitude around my family. I'm going to work hard every single day so that those on this team that are building as well build a financial fortitude around their family, so that if something happened in the future, you never have to worry about income before. It's not going to magically happen. You have to work for that, but that's the vision I'm creating. But here's the most important one. My kids saw me broken on the floor for 2 days, scared of what the future looked like, lost because I didn't know what to do after losing that business of 15 years. And my intrinsic reason why I'm showing up every single day and why I'm going to absolutely crush it, and our success as a team is inevitable, because I want my kids to see the example of their dad getting knocked down, getting everything taken away from them, and to see him come back and build something 10 times stronger. That's my intrinsic reason. That's the reason I'm showing up more passionate than ever, and that's the reason I know my success will be inevitable. Whether you come on board and you quit in a year, or you come on board and you crush it with us for the next 20 years, I will be here and I will build, and my vision and my goal is we will build the best leaders this industry has ever seen. Better than anyone has ever seen, we will build those leaders. Here's the incredible things, my friend. I have two of my dear friends, they live in the neighborhood. I'm wrapping it up right here, I promise. When we move into our dream home, the end of May or June, if they fall behind, but I'm praying it's the end of May, two of the guys on our team are in that neighborhood, and we're going to be going to church together. One of them is my elders quorum president when I move in. One of them is crushing my own personal sales, and he's never done direct sales before. One of them is a doctor of physical therapy that's working on getting the biggest health club in our hometown on board as we speak right now. He's on a meeting on how to set that up. It's incredible to me. We have naturopaths coming on board. We have physical therapists that are adding this into their practice. We have gyms and health clubs that want to sell these peptides in their offices. We are building a $1 billion company. We've already paid out over $18 million in commissions to affiliates just like me and you, who are out here helping people spread the message that we have the first all-natural, bioactive, precision, all-natural peptides. They will be in every home. I want you guys to think about this. You guys know what essential oils are. What do you think of when you hear essential oils? doTERRA. We have natural peptides. Sure, someone else is going to come out with natural peptides in the future, but when they hear natural peptides, they're going to know Make Wellness. And so my question is, are you going to be a part of this with us or not? You might be skeptical, and that's okay. Keep watching. I watched for 9 months before I started on my first one. But guys, people ask me, when did you see success? Or when did you want to realize this was going to be the thing for you? Guys, I wish I would have started those 9 months earlier. And that's the thing I'm going to share with you guys. Make the decision. If you're skeptical, ask me, send me a message. I'm never going to try to convince you to join me, because if I have to try to convince you or do some sales tactic to get you to join, I'm going to have to try to drag you to build a business. That's not the business I'm building. I'm building with people like my friend Jared, who's a metabolism expert, who knows that peptides are the future, and who's out there crushing my own personal sales, or I'm trying to keep up with them. That's the type of business I want to build. That's the type of leadership that I want to build inside of this business. So ask questions. Come to me. Be like, send me the research paper. I want to see the clinical trials. I want to see the research behind the fit peptide. I want to see the research. Ask me. I'll send them to you. You do your own research and science. You watch, and when you feel that calling on your heart, like this is it, I'm going all in, I'm building this with Scotty, then you message me and we go. So my friends, sorry that went longer than I wanted, but if you guys have any questions, I'm an open book. Come ask questions, and let's build this thing together. And if you're not going to build this with us, I want you to know I love you just the same. If you know somebody that that's thinking about injectable peptides, or they've lost so much muscle and you don't want to do this, tag them in the video. Send them my info. I'll send them the science. I'll send them. We have short 10-minute videos talking about natural versus synthetic peptides. I'll send them the info. They can make the decision for themselves. A referral is a man's best friend. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you have an incredible rest of your week, and I'm a message away.